Do you think Arsenal would have built that new stadium without you? How central were you to that?
That would be a bit. I encouraged the club to do it, and it cost 200 million more than we expected it to be. What I must say that we were blocked. We could only spend 50% of the turnover on wages.
You could only spend 50% of the turnover on wages. Okay, so what you wanted, you couldn't necessarily afford.
For example, if the turnover was 500 million, we could only dedicate 250 million
to wages.
Mm-hmm. So we had always to sell our best players because the best players want to
earn money.
But how central were you to getting the funds? How much commitment did the banks want to see from you to the project?
They wanted me to sign at the start at that period for 5 years, and I always found, you know, I felt always it was something special at Arsenal that I was proud to represent and to defend. And on the other hand, I have in my mind loyalty is very important, and I felt always you cannot ask for the players to be loyal if you jump out at the first offer that you get. So overall, I'm very happy because I lived with what I thought was important for me in my life, and I could.
Sorry to keep going back over ground that you just offered, but what you're saying is, before they lent Arsenal the money, the banks wanted to know.
One of the conditions was that they wanted technical stability, and we were doing well. That was, we moved out in 2006. We started to speak about the new stadium 2002, 2003. You know, to find the site.
But you had to commit to 5 years before Arsenal got the money.
It was part of the conditions, yes.
So how much did it hurt then that during that period of evolution you were getting as much criticism as you were? You couldn't spend what you wanted on players, and you couldn't take offers from Barcelona, for instance, because you were committed to the project.
Yes, but I accepted that because, as I told you, I was working in my head for something that was bigger than me, and I had to do well. You look, despite that, we stayed 20 years in the top four. And you look at the clubs who do it in England, there is none. Even now, Ferguson did it as well, but no other club stayed 20 years in the Championship.
So it quite literally was the stadium that Arsene built?
Yes.
I would say that we had to sell the players and buy cheaper, and we managed to keep. What was funny, because we kept basically percentage-wise the same percentage of win, but we could not win the big games anymore. You know,
there's
the
a difference,
games that mattered.
That's the difference, isn't it?
That's the difference.
The class. The top players you have to sell. You replace them with slightly less. You don't win the big games.
You don't win.
So would you have swapped that 5 years and the evolution that came with it for staying at Highbury and winning big games? Or was it absolutely necessary for Arsenal to make that move?
Arsenal had at the time 38,000 people, 40,000, over 40,000 on the waiting list, and so how could you turn down people the opportunity to have to come to the game?
But you knew then in moving you weren't going to win big games because the quality of the top players
Richard,
was not the same.
I thought that was the best for the club, and I told you I wanted to do what was the best for the club. My situation was I thought I will always find a way to win football games, you know, and of course it became more difficult, but overall we have won many games.